Hello everyone, this is Ward VM Fernandez, and today's video I'll be showing to you the three famous states located in the United States of America, namely the Hawaii, California, and the New York. So without further ado, keep on watching. First, Hawaii. Let's drive in and investigate what is Hawaii's famous for. Hawaii is a state in the western United States, located to the Pacific Ocean about 2,000 miles from the U.S. mainland. It is the only state outside North America and the only state that is archipelago and the only state in the tropics. We all know that Hawaii is famous for surf and surf culture. Surf is easily one of the most famous things about Hawaii. In fact, ancient Hawaii considered surf as a recreational activity, a hobby, an extreme sports, or a casual fun. The primary source of income of Hawaii is the visitor sector, which spread itself over several industries such as service, transportation, and retail trade. What I really like Hawaii is that it has more microclimate than any other comparably sized landmass anywhere on Earth. Rainforest, desert, forest, cloud forest, coastal strands, lava tubes, crystal summits, and eruption volcano, and beaches with sand-colored, green, black, red, and white are among the stunning ecological and geographical features. Next, the best-known things in Hawaii. First, Lu'uluayu is a traditional Hawaiian party or fest that is usually accompanied by entertainment. You have seen this everywhere in pop culture, almost every time Hawaii is mentioned in movie, series, and etc. Next is lei. Lei is a traditional garland of series of objects strung together with the intel to be worn. The most common leis are probably made with flowers, but they can also be leaves, shells, seeds, and etc. Traditionally, these garlands were worn by ancient Hawaiians to beautify themselves and distinguish themselves from others. Next is hula. Hula dancing is a complex art. There are many hand motions such as represent the lyrics of a song or chant. Hand gestures can signify aspect of nature such as the swaying of tree, a wave of ocean, a feeling or emotion such as fondness or yearning. It's very symbolic and emotional. Next, aloha shirt. These are typical short sleeves, loose-fitting, often color shirt made by lightweight fabric printed in colorful, bold design like flower, beaches, bird, and other Hawaiian motifs. Next is Hawaiian food. Hawaiian cuisine incorporates several cooking styles and food, including the fusion of native immigrants, ethnic and local food, and ingredients itself. This variety and diversity has produced some amazing dishes which has become well known in the continental USA and the rest of the world. Next, traditional arts. Native Hawaiian before and after European contact presents a unique and rich culture brimming with arts including featherwork, kapa or bar clothes, petroglyphs, wood and stone carving, and tattoos. Meticulously crafted and invested with deep meaning, these works were never merely decorative, often they serve practical, social, and spiritual purposes. Hawaii offers large museum. One of the example is the Bishop Museum in Ohio. It's the largest museum in Hawaii dedicated to study and preserving the state's history. It is also considered the primary natural and cultural history institution in the Pacific. The Kauai Museum galleries display the work of multicultural artists, sculptors, scrapmen, and as well as exhibits about geographical formation of the Hawaii's island, early natives Hawaii life, and the Hawaii monarchy. Next, let's go on to natural resources of Hawaii. The islands of Hawaii have abundant natural resources such as wind, solar, geothermal, biofuel, and hydropower. Harvesting them is critical in achieving our state's clean energy goals. Hawaii-rich soil is considered one of the most important natural resources. Sugarcane, pineapples, coffee, macadamia nuts, and flowers are all important sources of income of the state's economy. Tourism is the state's leading source of income. And let's witness the natural wonder of Hawaii. First, the Waimea Canyon, Kauai. Second, the Hawaii volcanoes. Next, the Napali Coast, Kauai. Next, the Mauna Kea Island of Hawaii. And lastly, the Diamond Head, Ohio. That's the wonder of Hawaii. Next, let's go on to California. California is bordered by the Pacific Ocean in the west, Oregon in the north, Nevada and Arizona in the east, and Mexico in the south. California is famous for the Golden Gate Bridge, Disneyland, and Hollywood. Other things unique to California are Coachella, the wine country, Silicon Valley, and surf culture, in addition to less obvious sight and culture aspects. The Golden State is home to some of the most famous landmarks and attractions in the United States, possibly even the world. Some, like Hollywood sign and the Golden Gate Bridge, are iconic symbols of the states. The following are 8 of the best landmarks in California that you just can't miss. First, the Lone Cypress. Second, the Santa Monica Pearl. Next, Disneyland. Next, Hearst Castle. Next, Alcatraz. Next, the Yosemite Valley. And lastly, the Hollywood sign. One of the most famous artworks in California are Art of the Gold Rush, early artist movements in San Francisco, and many more. Natural resources of California. There's a good change that piece of fruits you've eaten was grown in California. The state is the top U.S. producers of lemon, apricots, avocados, dates, figs, grapes, kiwi, nectarines, peaches, raspberries, strawberries, and many others. And it's not just fruits. California leads the nation of productions of almonds, cashews, and walnuts. It even grows over 90% of the broccoli that's produced in the United States. The state also produces timber, cements, natural gas, and petroleum. And now let's drive into New York. New York has to be the most famous cities in the world and the largest city in the United States, often refers to a Big Apple. This vibrant city is known for its exclusive shots, flashy Broadway, performances in high-flying business tycoons. And it's a city that has long captivated people from all over the world. But aside from that, flashlights, it is also home to the beloved Statue of Liberty, a symbol of freedom and hope, and a Central Park, one of the tightest and busiest parks in the world. So clearly, New York is more than just a place for the big shots. So let's take a closer look what has made New York and one of the most famous cities in the world. New York offers famous landmarks that is most visited, which are the Central Park, the Empire State Building, the Times Square, and many more. So New York has a famous artwork, which are Woman with a Water Jug by Johannes Vermeer on 1660 to 1662, The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh on 1888, The Portrait of Madame X by John Singer Sargent on 1883 to 1884, Washington Crossing the Delaware by Emmanuel Lotze in 1851. So the natural resources that early people of New York have, there were Catholics, Jews, Lutherans, Quakers, and among others. Natural resources in the New York colony included agricultural land, coal, forests, forestry, timber, the iron ore. The New York colony was also referred to as breadbasket colony because one of its major crops was bread. Aside from that, it has oil, chem natural gas, metals, stone, sand are natural resources. Other natural resources are air, sunlight, soil, and water. Animals, bird, fish, and plants are natural resources as well. Natural resources are used to make food, fuel, and raw materials for the production of goods. That's New York. So thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. This is War VM Fernandez, BSTM3.